What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Today I'm going to talk about some lifers that I know. And let me preface it by saying to do life would suck. Not trying to be Captain Obvious or anything, but damn it, I couldn't even imagine. In fact, the only cool thing about prison is getting out. And let me just say it's very cool. It's a high I really haven't been able to duplicate. It's like Christmas when you're a kid. 9 days left, 8 days left, 7 days left till I'm out. Totally awesome. And then you're daydreaming about, then you hit the streets and bright eyes, and you're just, it's awesome. But to go in there and be stuck to do life, no way, no bueno. And I know the dude who got struck out, the first dude in Kern County, Bakersfield, to get struck out. Now, 3 strikes, for those of you who do not know, is something that California came up with early 90s, I'd say. And what it is if you have 3 violent felonies, you get life. It's like you have an armed robbery and you get out. You get another armed robbery, you get out. You do a carjacking, that's your 3rd strike, you do life. But no, they start abusing it. They start being 2 violent felonies, and that 3rd could be anything. I know a guy who stole a pizza. I know a guy who got 3 strikes for stealing a fishing pole. And the guy I'm getting ready to talk about, I was going to say his name, but I'm not going to, because I'm talking about some sensitive stuff. Good homeboy of mine, first dude to get struck out in Bakersfield, and he had a 1/4 gram of dope. He was driving, just discharged his number, pulled him over, searched him, found a 20 bag of speed. Busted him for it. He started fighting a case. They're trying to give him 4 years. I don't want 4 years. I want a program, he says. Give me a program. Everybody wants a program. I'm not a criminal, I'm a drug addict. Program. Like, no, get this 4 years. I don't want 4 years. Then they're like, wait a minute. A new thing came out, 3 strikes. It's like, what's that? What do you mean? Well, I mean, we can actually give you life now. Yeah, we just go and strike you out. Just give you 25 to life. Never mind, I'll take the 4 years. Charlie Holmes, 25 to life. Struck him out. Can you imagine? Not even know what 3 strikes is. Because what is this 3 strikes you're talking about? Going back to his cell, leaving the courthouse with life. And this dude, man, he hit every weekend at visiting. He hit drugs for years. Every weekend for years. That's why I really don't want to say his name. And I trip out on that when I sit and think about it, because I myself have put stuff in the trunk. I've taken tobacco to Wasco several times. Even on the streets, I've had felonies, bags of dope, and I've put them in the trunk so I didn't get pulled over, get caught slipping with them. I've never hit it visiting. I can't even imagine it. Because when I hoop stuff, I mean, I need to get my stretch on. I need to get my squat on. If possible, I'd like to raise a leg way up in the air. These dudes, they're visiting. They barely hang their butt cheek over the visiting chair like this. They're looking around. They have their arm all the way down in there. And they're just forcing stuff up there. And they're kind of like in half pucker. I would be visiting like this. Where's the cop? I couldn't just be like barreled to hanging the ass over. And I'm talking big plugs too, because the dude I'm talking about, who got that 25 to life, that 3rd strike, when I was with him at Corcoran, got me in a wreck somewhat. Because when I get there, we're talking. I know him from the streets too. I've seen him for 20 years. I knew him right where he got struck out. See him in Oildale, know him from county. What's up, fool? We recognize each other too. Coming from Ironwood. Did a layover. Boom, hit Corcoran together. What's up, brother? No, I apologize. Did a layover at Ironwood. Went to New Delano together. I got out. Came back. He went from New Delano to Corcoran. I seen him at Corcoran. What's up, fool? I was talking, walking the lap, telling him a good homeboy of mine. I have a house. I'm renting the house out to him. Who's the homeboy, he says. I say, Scuzz. He's like, what? That's a good friend of mine. He was back in the day. He was a baller. I said, well, guess what? He's still balling. Some things never changed. Damn, give me his number. I called Scuzz. Hey, you know this fool? I'm in here with him. He's got struck out. He goes, yeah, that's my dog. They change numbers. They start talking. The dude who got struck out I'm Corcoran with goes to my pad and picks up an ounce of heroin for my renter. 1/4 ounce of it's supposed to be mine. Other 3/4 is Homeboys. He brings it in. But then this is what he says. He hit an ounce of heroin and an ounce of weed. It's like, say, can you imagine? Butt cheek barely hanging off like this. Whole ounce of heroin, whole ounce of weed. How? I don't know how, man. Anyway, be that as it may, he comes back and says that when he sat on the toilet, he thought just the weed came out. But I guess the weed and heroin came out. And so, long story short, he said he flushed the heroin. No one bought it. But the fucked up thing about it, everyone thought I was in cahoots with him. Which I wasn't. He told me that story too. Hey, sorry, Splinter, I flushed it. Like, damn, now I'm asked out. Like, what? Now I got a corner that's coming. Not only that, but I got people looking at me going, yeah, right, Splinter. Whatever, fool. Like, dude, I'm not in on this shiznit. Shortly after that, he got caught. They put him on potty watch and all bad. But a good dude, man. Good dude. And they passed away in there. That's why I say, rest in peace to the homeboy. got freaking struck out over a quarter gram of dope. 25 to life. Be that as it may, man. Hey, now I want to talk about a come on, Splinter, get together. A true crime story. I'm into true crime. To the point I'd like to even kind of dabble in it on this channel. Come up with, if I can find the right story, the right fit. Maybe I will. In fact, I'm going to dabble right now and tell you about it. Because you ever wonder when you watch a Dateline, 48 Hours, those true crime stories, what happens to the people afterwards they go to prison? Well, I can tell you. Because the dude was on Dateline up in Corcoran. And here's how his story unfolded. There was a dude who was running security of a parking lot, and there were some businesses, and his job is just keep an eye on the parking lot and the businesses that are closed. So, you know, vandals don't come, homeless people don't come, set up shop. He's posted up pretty much by himself. Well, he calls the cops because he says there's a Camaro, a white Camaro, that was parked out in the parking lot, and there's a female in there, she's not moving, and her door's open. So the cops come out, this fool totally inserts himself in the investigation. He's like, I think the killer was standing right here, I think this is what happened, I think this is what it did. Totally inserted himself. Why they think she was there in the first place is because she was living with her parents. She was in her early 20s. It was a Friday night. She went out. It was like about 1 in the morning. They think that she went out partying in some kind of skimpy clothes. And before she went home to her parents, she pulled in that parking lot to put some more conservative clothes on. So she went to go home to her parents and said, what the hell did you wear that out for? So she in this parking lot, changing clothes, and probably someone seen her, or some dude seen her and said, oh shit, let me take my clothes off too. What are you dressing for, girl? What's happening? Tried to get in there with her. She fought him off. She ended up getting killed. I can't remember. Shot, I believe. Yeah, shot, because there were shell casings. So, be it as it may, they ended up arresting that security guard. He said he knew too much. He inserted himself in the investigation. He was the only one around. Said he didn't see any cars come and go, which issue too. As it turned out, was him. He ends up in Corcoran. Right before I get there. He celled up with my cellie, Smiley. Before I celled up with Smiley, that was his cellie. Here's what happened to him. He shows up, and he's like, trip on this. I got this life sentence. I did this. I'm going to get a visit this weekend from my wife, and she's black. Is that going to be a problem? Everyone's like, yes, big problem. He's like, well, he couldn't believe it. It was like a rhetorical question. He was like giving a heads up. He's like, I noticed we can't, you know, smoke or drink after the blacks and stuff, but surely I could have my black wife come visit me this weekend, right? They go, no, surely you cannot. See, what happens to someone who's a total square, knows nothing about the streets, nothing about prison, and does some crazy type shit and goes in and gets life. Culture shock, rude awakening. They told him to straight up, dude, no, you're not going to allow to visit your wife, ever. He's like, so I have to do life without even seeing my wife. Yes, she cannot come see you. Then what happened was, since he had life, they wanted him to do a removal. Of course they did. Push up on somebody. You're going to have to. You're going to have to put in work during life sentence. He said, no, because I'm on a pill, and it's not going to look good for my pill when I go back to court, and they say I was involved in this kind of violence, that violent write-ups. Well, guess what, buddy? Everyone's here on a pill. We all got our pills going, and we're all putting in work. So he ended up rolling it up. I ended up moving it with Smiley. Smiley was crazy. Bunch of crazy shit. Not that fool used to do every weekend. Every weekend he went and got a visit. Smiley did. He said his old lady was going to bring speed. He was going to come back, sell a bunch, put a bunch of food in our locker. You know, him and I were going to get wired, maybe sell some for some weed. Looking forward to it. Smiley good looking out. And he would go out there and she'd bring it, and he'd get too paranoid to bring it back, so he'd eat it. And he'd just come back, just wired to the kills. And he'd write a book. He'd lay up on his rack all weekend, like for 3 days straight, not even going to chow, not going outside, just writing a book. Writing a book, he said. I said, what kind of book? Nah, I didn't give a fuck. He would try to tell me, no, it's not block me. I don't care about your book. Anyway, be that as it may. I just care that you didn't have the balls to hit. Left me hanging like a set of nuts. Be that as it may, man. So, this other dude, though, his name is Donnie. This dude's name was Donnie, man. I felt kind of bad because he was my road dog at Corcoran. He's from IE. He was like, we were like the same size. So I'd like size him up, like, is that how I look? Like, about the same size. Like, you know, my arm's that big type shit. 'Cause you don't have little mirrors. You're working out. You want to know what you look like. Kind of like, but on the same level, my homeboy Richie Rich. Not my homeboy, but my cellie in Arizona. He's from IE. He was going to get some new shoes. He didn't know what new shoes he wanted. So he would walk up to people who had shoes on that he was thinking about getting, put his foot real close to theirs. People didn't even know. And just like, eyeballing to see how his shoe would look with that foot on. Like, Richie, give him 5 feet, bro. Crazy motherfucker. So, I'm hanging out with Steve Donnie from IE. I'm getting ready to go home like in a month. We're walking laps, and I'm just telling him, yeah, dude, I can't wait to go home. I got this going on, that going on. I can't wait for this. I'm getting my dress out to meld. I'm going to go do this. I got this one I want to go see. And I'm like, bro, you never talk about you, like, when you getting out and it's like, I'm doing life. I was like, whoa, I really felt bad. I didn't even imagine it. He was young. In his 20s, like, damn, got a life sentence, brother? Fuck. And here I am, like, been walking laps for, like, a couple of weeks. Just talking about me and how I can't wait to go home. Here he is doing life. I felt kind of like, But they ended up removing his ass, and he just had surgery I want to say he has appendix out. He had something, he had stitches in his stomach. He couldn't even walk. And it was crazy. The day he removed him, the only reason I knew they were going to remove him is because all the Woods were mad because they picked this dude Oatmeal to do it. And Oatmeal had just did a removal and just came back from the hole. So now it's time for another removal. And they're like, have Oatmeal do it. It's like, pick someone else other than Oatmeal, man. And that's the only reason I knew there was removal, because everyone was mad that Oatmeal was doing it. So I run the yard. I know Oatmeal's going to do removal. Someone else, don't know who. And I'm thinking it might be me. I was kind of like tripping a little tiny bit. Because I almost said I did a scandalous move, but maybe it wasn't all the way stand up. You know what I mean? Let me tell you what happened. I wanted some weed. I was tight with this fool named Dozer. My bad. Dover is a different P9. Dozer from IE. I asked him, you know where to get any weed at, bro? Oh, man, this fucking clock's tripping me out. I better not be having clock... Almost said... Whoa, back that up. I better not be having clock problems. Yeah, because that's a trip. It said, like, the same time for, like, a long time. Anyways, Mother Fizzuck and Dozer, I said, you know where to get any weed, bro? He's like, no, not right now, not right now. And, like, 3 weeks later, I'm at the yard, and he comes and brings me a $50 bag of weed. A big old knot. I'm like, damn, fool. But I didn't really have the $50 to spend on it now. At the time when I asked for it, I did. I think I ended up just getting something else with my money. I didn't really have the $50 to do the mail out. But I'm not going to say no to this big bag of weed in my hand. I'm just thinking in my head, damn, I'll finagle it somehow. I'll finesse this. I'm not going to be like, I don't have it in me to be go, oh no, I'm going to have to return this to you because I don't know if I can pay for it this time. Never that. Just take it and deal with it. So, thank you, Dozer. Well, he ends up, after he gives it to me the very next day, before he has a chance to give me an address, he goes to Ironwood. It took him from Corcoran to Ironwood. He did a 602. He wanted to do like a medical move because his family was real close to Ironwood. He had like sick relatives. You can do that. Like sometimes it's hard to get a move. He was able to do it. He was able to get that move. That move came. It took him like an unorthodox time. Like right after dinner, like 4 o'clock unexpectedly. Lori, shut, let's go. Your move came through. Didn't have a chance to slide me the address. I seen him walking out the gate. I was like, hey, that address, remember that? Like a real like soft attempt to get it. Hey, nothing, not address. No. Bye, homeboy. Much love, dong. Address. Somebody address. Anyway, I don't know. And then they're on the yard talking about, man, someone came up on a 50 bag of weed, gave it to Dozer and address. And I'm just like, weed? Shit, damn, I haven't even seen weed on the shelf for a long time. My friend used to grow weed like a long time ago. And I remember I smoked weed one time. I haven't seen weed? Then they say a white dude's going to be removed on the yard. And I'm like, fuck, I wonder if they're tripping on me. They found out about that $50 bag of weed, I wonder. I was like, blah, kind of tripping. So I seen him all there rush. Oh, Donnie. Pick him up, body slam him. And he just got out of freaking surgery, too. They don't give a fizzuck. But what he did was kind of scandalous. And he threw himself out there. Look, you shouldn't give up too much information. Don't give up any if you could help it. How he fucked himself. He made his game real predictable. Because he go around telling everybody, hey, I get $200 a month from my mom. My family sends me $200 a month. I guess they thought they made it sound cool. Like, yeah, let me get some shit for me, bro. I'm good. My mom gives you $200 a month. But no, don't make it look cool. Puts you in and locks you in. To know everyone knows you only got $200 coming a month. And if you already spent that $200, because everyone kind of knows everyone's business, and you go asking for more, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. You spent the $200 that you said mom's going to give you. And that's what he was doing. He was finagling. What he would do, though, he'd have his family send in a receipt. And he would, like, somehow erase the name. He was using the same receipt, showing it to multiple people. Here, I paid. No, removed his ass. I never did. Speaking of paid, never did pay for that weed, but, man, anyways, be that as a motherfucking may. Hey, dude, trip on this, though. When I got out of the hole, wing at Solidad, they kick you out to the yard. They kick you out to a, hang on, I get my, I gotta count to 10 real quick. I don't have time to count to 10, count to 2. 1, 2. When you're in the hole at O-Wing, they kick you back down to the yard. You can't really go to the yard right away. They kind of throw you in. I really don't know the name for it. They just throw you in a cell, and it's like they slowly work your way out to the yard. In fact, I was endorsed, and I got left the whole O-Wing. I was supposed to go to North Yard. But instead, they put me at Solidad Central, because I couldn't be in the hole any longer, but they didn't have a place for me at North Yard, so they just threw me at Solidad Central in the cell. But wouldn't give me no yard action, just kind of like stay there and be on pause. So I was in the hole, but I was kind of still in the hole. It's a trip. Anyways, I get in there, meet my cellie. Older dude. I could tell, I want to say J-Cat. You could tell J-Cat from a mile away. They kind of had that little twitchy little vibe. You know, you expect them to say some weird random stuff. Like, was that a question? A rhetorical question? I walk in, and he says, hey, man, don't believe these cops. And they come around talking. I'm like, dog, I've never listened to cops. Bakersfield on mine. What do you mean? He's like, I'm just saying. Don't listen to them. Don't believe them. The cops going to come in. They're full of shit, bro. Just don't listen to them. And I'm like, I won't. I promise. And I'm like, what the fuck is he getting at? So then I'm sitting there putting my stuff away, and the cop comes up to the cell and says, "Hey, raper!" And he says, "Hey, fuck you, motherfucker!" And he threw his spoon and cup at the door. "Get away from my door!" And the cops went running off. This dude's name was John Raper. And he hated his last name, Raper. Don't call him Raper. But I mean, in prison, they're going to call you by your last name, sometimes your last two. He hated his last name being Raper so bad that I guess he's 602, he told me. I didn't see the 602, which is a formal complaint. A 1204 would be 2 formal complaints. He just told me I pushed the necessary paperwork to where I don't ever have to go by that last name. That's not my name. My name is John only. I go by John. I'm like, dude, the guitar player from Marilyn Manson did that, John 5. I don't know if you know him. He's like, John 5? No, okay. Raper, I feel you. I wouldn't want that either. But I'm like, I don't know. He tripped on the fucking last name Raper. I mean, I can see why I wouldn't want to do like cross. "Hey, Raper! What's up, dog? Do you got those 2 soups?" But the cops knew it. And they would really come fuck with them. A lot of times when someone says, "Hey, the cops are fucking with me," like, yeah, right, dude, whatever, you're paranoid. But no, they would come like, "Hey, Raper, they no mail today." Who does that? They come tell you when you have mail. They don't come say you have no mail. I thought that was odd. "Hey, Raper, you want a shower?" "No, I just call constantly. Come on, chicka. Spit out, Splinter. Constantly come to cell calling his motherfucking house, Raper. And he'd be throwing stuff at the door and shit. I'm going to call you John. Beat that was May, man. So, hey, I thought Christopher with a K was bad. Shit, my name is Christopher with a K. They gave me the blues in school. Still, my name was spelled like a girl, Chris with a K. But then I was like, what about Chris Crinkle, Santa Claus? Huh? Bet you wouldn't call him a girl. Badass bitch, motherfucker. So, Chris with a K. When I was in the oil fields, this dude, his name was Precious. His parents straight up named him Precious. But then he went by Harvey or some shit. But when they gave us our uniforms, you had to have your name that was on your check. That's why, I mean, my name's Chris, but I said Christopher, because my legal name. Christopher. He says straight up Precious. Isn't that Precious? And he was like a big old burly dude with a beard and shit. And it's just like, why the fuck did your parents name be Precious, homeboy? He doesn't, man. I thought Chris the K was bad. Raper was bad. He's mad about it. I know, dude. I talked about this guy before. Headhunter. It's my cell. He got life. I don't know why they call him Headhunter. He got busted in the 70s. People had told me about him in the comments. A lot of the homeboys know him. He has that tattoo on Headhunter. He did something where he hunted someone's head. I guess he went headhunting and came back victorious. The hunt went well. Did he get caught with a head? I think he might have got caught with a motherfucking head after an episode of headhunting. Probably had something like that, I'd imagine. Ended up being my cellie. What was crazy is he'd lay on the bottom bunk and he would call these birds and they would come. And I would just think, what the physic? And he had names for and shit. And the birds would come. But then I noticed he was throwing graham crackers out there and bread. I'm like, oh, you're cheating. That's like a magic trick. I straight up caught you, bro. How you gonna fucking... I thought you were calling him, dog. You had me. But one time, he was like 7 years old and he squared off with me. I've mentioned this before in my video. I'm sure, it was a long time ago. I gotta mention it again. Can't bring up Headhunter without bringing this up. Saltwater lighter. Just like I got a motherfucking batch of Pruno going in there. Some prison style shit. And I keep saying I'm gonna drink it, but I can't drink it till it's done. Because I don't know what's cooking in my stomach. It should be done tomorrow. As soon as it's done, I'm gonna drink it on the live. I want to make a damn, why is it so difficult to say? I want to make a salt water lighter. Show you guys how you make it. You plug it in, paper clips, you hold up a cup of salt water underneath it, and it lights up the coils, and you light your cigarettes. I didn't know how, or joints. I didn't know how extremely loud they are. They're loud, because it boils the water. Because I'm always using them, like, with the TV on, in the middle of the day, people are talking, hey, oh boy, no trip, I got you. You're not really noticing. But, like, 2 in the morning, I was up. Old Headhunter to sleep on his rack. The plug-in's like real close, like down there. As we put TV shit, the plug-in's close to his head. I get out, plug it in. It was loud as fuck, man. I lit it, and he jumped up, squared off of me. You think I'm a punk or what? Never that, Headhunter. I don't even not for a second. Not even a little tiny bit. No way I don't think you're a punk. Not a punk, a lame, a bitch, a snitch, none of that. I think you're solid, bro. As solid as they come. Bakersfield on yours. Headhunter, you're good in my book, homeboy. My head all right? Don't be looking at my neck like that. Solid dude, though. Hey, how about this dude I knew? Trouble. I need to really... I can actually kind of see it, which is kind of a trip. This dude named Trouble. What's crazy, too, about California is some of the enhancement they put on. Gang enhancements. You go steal a car, 16 months. GTA, Grand Theft Auto, 16 months all day long. They think you did it for the gang? 10 years. 10-year gang enhancement. How about like with a gun? Armed robbery? 7 years. No big deal. Go do armed robbery. Use the gun? 20-year gun enhancement. 27 years. at 85%. It really does discourage. Because one time I really wanted to go do an armed robbery. And I thought, no, why am I going to do that? Even a strong armed robbery. Like, what is that? Like, be careful. Be very, very careful. And stay in trouble. This skinhead knew he had beef with this cat and Tatchby. Shot him in the neck. The dude lived 8 years for attempted murder. No big 8 years. You could do 8 years standing on your head, right? No big deal. But how about 20 years for the gun enhancement? Spit out, Splinter. Take that on the chin. Damn, I'm really having trouble. Like, 28 years, 85%. 20-year gun enhancement. 8 years attempted murder. Crazy. And I was in the county with him, and he took it really well, man. He didn't act like a bummed him out. None of that shit. Until his old lady came, brought his kid. Then he was crying. I mean, who wouldn't know? Shit, man, 28 years, 85%, that's a grip. And just because a little anger, just because you get mad, and I have anger problems too. Gotta keep that shit in check, man. I can just get anger, like road rage, and just get upset over some nonsense. Dude, this dude totally flipped out on me and did road rage on me the other day. Craziness, man. I'm driving, and it was a 3-lane road, and it whittled down to 1 lane. And you know how that sometimes they'll have the road, the asphalt, will have like lines in it. Like if they drove like a tractor bobcat over it and put like the tire treads in the road when the tar was wet. That's what I think happened. Road's fucked off. I'm not driving fast in my 2002 Camry, barely held together by tape and super glue and God's grace. I'm not going to go fast. I'm going kind of slow. I didn't even know someone was riding my ass. Had no idea. But they were. When I noticed, I was like, well, shit, my bad, bro. I'm going like as fast as I can. And when I pulled back out, opened up my 3 lanes, they whipped around, got in front of me, and like slammed on their brakes and stopped. And then wouldn't let me go around them. Is that not like, dude, tripped out? Like, I didn't even know there was a problem. You calling me out or what? Like, their car was a lot nicer than mine. I felt like just ramming it. I don't give a shit about a little dent in my car or a smashed headlight. You're playing with the wrong cat. Because I will smash this car up. We could do bumper cars. And I just thought it was straight madness stuff, bro. I mean, what? Be that as a man. So lifers, we're just saying that lifers, it'd be no fun. It would just suck ass. I just couldn't imagine. That's why I avoided strikes at all costs. My first term, they tried to give me a strike. I said, no way, no way, no way. Fought it, took it all the way to readiness, didn't get that strike. My second term, they wanted to give me a strike. I fought it for GTA and burglary. They wanted to give me 4 and 85 with a strike. I said, nope, I'm not taking that deal. Fought it, took it all the way to readiness. I said, put 12 jurors. Come on, bring 12 on. Let's get this shit. Let's take it to trial. Because they don't want to go to trial. Pick your 12. I'm not taking a strike ever. You have to give it to me the hard way. I'll never accept it. Only 12 my peers can give me that strike. Both times I beat the strike because no, I'm not getting caught up in the 3 strikes and you're out. I'm not doing life. I got to get back out. I got to get back out there, man. Shout out to the homeboys behind bars doing life. None of most love and respect for you guys, man. And you will make it out. People can't get out. People 3 strikes. Look at Mitch Smiley. Shout out to him. He had a life sentence. End up getting out, man. They will let you out. Have hope. Have faith. Shout out to the joiners. I really hope that wine is done. I want to go live and drink with you guys and play some guitars. I made a song today called My Favorite Jacket. It's awesome. I can't wait to play it. It's like bluesy. It's going to be on my Instagram later. I want to drink this wine. It has to be done. I can't have it cooking in my stomach. So, should be done tomorrow. It's going to be straight fire. I want to go live. I'm going to do another video tomorrow. Tomorrow's People's Choice. I'm going to do a community tab tomorrow morning. You guys drop what you want to beat about. I'll pick 8 stories. We'll do a video. Then Monday's the last day of February. Live again, another video. I'll put on everything because that's just how it has to be the last days of the month. We just have to put in the work. So we're trying to follow through here at Prison POV. I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm starting to do more and more and more because I just want to do, I want to do the damn thing. I want to take advantage of the situation. I want to make I got 20,000 people that think enough of me that push subscribe. And they want the content and I want to give it to you guys. Shout out to the joiners. Hit me up for some Prison POV shirts, some stickers. I got to get more stickers. Cinch pins. You out there? Any stickers, dog? Hit you up on IG. I can't see you, brother. Hit me back up. If not, cinch pinch. Someone help me get some stickers. I got to get my Teespring account going. I got some shit in the works because I want to make it to where you guys can order merch just from Teespring and not have to ship it to you. But I'm still shipping. I got stuff right now. Shout out to the joiners. Nothing but the most love and respect. Hit me up at the P.O. Box so you can correspond. Hit me up on IG, Instagram, trenchlife_1010. Cut the string, let it fly. Peace.